What up, what up, what up? My name's Mike. This is Simple Chords, and today we are doing Green Day's American Idiot. Green Day was like one of the first big punk bands I got into. They came around in the late 80s, early 90s, but I didn't know that. I turned 8 years old at the end of 1990, so I didn't know anything. My favorite bands at that time were Guns N' Roses and then Nirvana, right before I moved to Jersey. At that time, in 1994, my cousin was like, hey, you should check this out. And it was Weezer's Sweater Song and Green Day's Basket Case. And I was like, oh, this shit's awesome. Either that Christmas of 94 or sometime in 95, my parents ended up getting me that copy of Green Day Dookie on cassette. They also got me Offspring's Smash, and I just ran upstairs to look. I don't have Green Day's Dookie on tape anymore. I don't know what happened to it, but I do have my copy of Offspring's Smash, which I got at the same time. Green Day and Offspring and bands like that were huge to me growing up as a teen in the mid-90s. They were everything, and that's where I started learning guitar and wanting to play myself. You know, it was so easy songs like these punks just coming out and playing power chords all the time. And then I met Spencer Dorsey, who was this kid I went to school with. He has a website called Discount Cemetery. You should check them out. They have amazing shirts and all kinds of gear that he screen prints in his garage. Amazing stuff. Look at their Instagram account. You won't be disappointed. So Spencer actually taught me how to play guitar. He was big into Green Day as well, and that's where I learned power chords. I learned power chords from this kid. Look, he gave me this page when we were kids, right? With basically tabs. I didn't know what the hell tabs were, but that's when I first started playing guitar, and it was because he showed me how to play. He's like, put your fingers like this, and you could slide them up and down the fretboard, and you could learn Green Day and all kinds of stuff. That's where he learned. That's where I learned, and now I'm sitting here teaching you guys how to play Green Day's American Idiot. It's like the circle of life, but with punk rock. I'm touching on this history of mine because I've also been thinking about Finn McKenty and the punk rock MBA and how all of that stuff went down. And I mean, I thought that dude was cool as hell, you know? I've been thinking about my videos, how I've been sort of explaining my own history with the scene and punk rock music, and how he talked about his history in the scene. Then he's like, I don't even care about shows. And I'm like, I still go to shows. I'm 40. I'll be 43 this year. I have 3 kids, and I'm still here trying to teach the newest generation these songs and going to shows. You'll find me in the pit just last week at Horse the Band, screaming along because I still love this stuff, and I'm always going to. It's not something you grow out of because you reached your limit. I think he said something along the lines of like, I've already made it. I don't need to do this anymore. I don't care about the music. It was discouraging to hear something like that, you know, from a guy who seemed like he knew a lot, cared a lot. Some of it had to have been real, right? His past, his history. I mean, he had a lot of knowledge, but he also said that he used Wikipedia a lot. I haven't heard anything since he stopped and everybody was criticizing him. I'm not saying you need to look at me as the new Finn McKenty. I'm just a dude on YouTube talking about music. I just hope that you're gaining some knowledge, obviously how to play the song, but to, you know, maybe a little history if I throw that in there. My own experiences with the bands, my own learning how to play guitar as a kid. I want you to walk away from these videos feeling good and wanting to keep punk alive. As they say, punk's not dead. The only way punk is not dead is if we actually put in the work to keep that energy alive. Anyway, let's get into the song. The chords in the intro/verse, super easy. It's G sharp, C sharp, F sharp. That is the pattern. Obviously, you want to play it with, you know, some more speed as they play it. But it's G sharp, C sharp, F sharp, C sharp, and then it's G sharp, F sharp. So if we play it like the way they play it. Let's play it with them real quick. So the chorus, also super simple, only uses 3 chords. It just uses a C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. And it goes back to this G sharp. So we'll play that with them after the last bar of the verse. America. Then it goes back into that same verse. So we don't have to play that again. You already know it. There seems to be another chord in this one section where it basically just sounds like it just plays an open nothing. Here we go. So then there's this solo, and it just plays the chorus during the solo. Basically, the solo part of the guitar is just playing the octave notes, which are the vocals. And it comes after the basically that intro part. Plays that 3 times, and then it goes into the chorus / solo part, and again it's just playing octave chords here. So this is an F, D sharp, C sharp, then it goes to the D sharp, F, D sharp, C sharp, C. So it plays like this. Then it goes down to this A sharp, and then C sharp, C, A sharp, D sharp, and then here it plays. So I'm going to play that real quick, slower. The notes part here, it plays this G on the 8th fret. I'm going to play it slow. Now the way they play it is, here we go. And then it just goes back into the chorus, which you already know.